Hello, hi, welcome back to another fun episode of All About Yana. Today is going to be another boss up video, so please get you some tea. It's hot as hell, child. Get a drink with ice. Get you a snack and come on back. So a little while ago, I got a comment on my last video that I did in regards to my career story. Do you guys remember that video? If you haven't watched it, I'll link it at the end of the video, don't worry. But I got this comment. Okay, let me read it for you. I'll also put it somewhere. So it says, where's the update? Ha ha ha, I only watched this recently, but you did say once you settle into your role, you'll give us an update. Please do if you're up for it, that is. And I was like, oh my goodness, I do owe you guys an update. So today we are going to do a follow-up to that my career story video. So yeah, let's get right to it. Anybody else hate the sound of their own voice? I do. I'll do it. We need somebody to, I'll do it. I started doing a bunch of things at work, but that was just not enough to occupy my brain. My brain wanted to work, you know? So I was like, since my company is like not looking to develop me right now, let me develop myself. Okay, sis. So I went back to school and then I started my companies as well. And yeah, that's what I did. And then towards the end of last year, it had been like a year and a half now at that company. I was just kind of like, you know what, actually it's cool. Let me just go ahead and just leave. Let me leave. And again, as I'm about to give up, something happened. And I was offered a new post this year. I started in April. So I'm still new to the post right now. So I'm not going to discuss it. I'll tell you about it after I settle into it. Okay. I'll tell you about it. But yeah, that's basically my corporate story. Is I was a boss. And I had to take a step back from my own sanity, but I'm glad I did it because I am now okay, now I know where to go from. So basically I was with my previous employer. I believe I did mention who. I don't know why I feel nervous about mentioning it now, but honestly, everything is on my social media. Like, go to my LinkedIn. Anyway, so I was with my previous employer and I worked in claims. And yes, claims did get boring really quickly. So I started looking around for more opportunities in the company. I think I mentioned all that, you guys heard it. I then got a role in the underwriting department. So that's the role I didn't want to discuss. So the reason why I didn't want to discuss it is because I knew I was going to hate it. I knew it. I was like, underwriting is not for me. Underwriting is just not for me, but I wanted to give it a chance, right? And I went in with like, don't go into it negatively because then you won't do great, right? You need to be positive. You need to learn as much as you can. Jalo. Sharp. Get to the role. I'm trying my best. Like, I'm trying. I absolutely hated it, just like I thought I would. I spoke to my friends, I tried different things, and when I was reading, I was calling people I know, I was asking for help. There were people within the company that would help me as well whenever I needed help. I'd call them, some people wouldn't. Hey, you did a corporate culture. But yes, to those that did help me, I'm very grateful. But I didn't enjoy it. So I don't know if it's underwriting in general or underwriting at the company that I worked for that I didn't enjoy. So I don't know. I just did not enjoy that role at all. Hey, I'm literally sweating. Can you guys see? It is so hot. Is it the way? No, it's not. Gaborone, it's hot today. I was in that role May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December is when I interviewed for my current role. So the update is that I'm no longer in that role. Phew. I didn't like that role for a variety of reasons. It just was not for me. It's not something that I was very passionate about, and if you're not passionate about something, you will not do it wholeheartedly. I'm just a person though who likes challenges, so I was like, there's nothing I can't do, you know. it just wasn't it for me. It wasn't it. So I then decided, what else do I want to do in the insurance industry that I've always wanted to do? And one thing that I've always wanted was to get into reinsurance, right? So to me, reinsurance is like the creme de la creme of insurance. I don't know why I've always had this thing in my mind that like reinsurance, like gone, you know. That's just how it's always been. So I just started applying, right? It's just hard to get reinsurance jobs. I genuinely don't know where they advertise because I barely ever see jobs being advertised, like barely. But yeah, I was just like talking to people, you were always just talking to people, hoping to get headhunted or hoping somebody would be like, oh, there's a post here, apply, something. So that's what I did. I was talking to a bunch of people and I was applying also to banks, because that's another area that I'm interested in checking out before I settle into a nice role that I will grow old in. And I was kind of hoping to find a role in like claims or recoveries, because that's the area of insurance that I thoroughly enjoyed. But my main thing was to just get into reinsurance. I just didn't even care. I just wanted to just get in and then I'll figure it out once I'm in, right? So sometime in December of that same year, this is 2020, sorry, 2020, yeah, it's last year. Yo, hey, this year feels like it's been 2 years in one. So yeah, 2020, towards the end of the year, this is December. I think I'll tell my interview story another time because it's long and it's really hilarious. So yeah, I basically was invited for an interview at the company that I now work for. They told me it's like a London-based company, right? So at the time they had 4 offices in Africa and they were looking to entrust someone with opening a 5th office in Africa, and they chose Botswana. Was I not scared? Like, I was terrified, like, yo, I'm not ready. First of all, I'm not very knowledgeable in reinsurance. Like, I know what I learned in school, I know the little bit that I did, you know, with my previous employer, but I just don't know if I know enough. I need to move this hair back, child, because I am burning. I don't know if I know enough to, you know, open a whole office. So like, what support am I being given here? But I was definitely very keen on the role, right? So yeah, I was gonna have a boss who's gonna help me, guide me, you know. And then there's a whole support office that I have from like all the other offices that will give you support. So I was like, okay, no, I can do this. If I can at least have a whole office backing me. I know there's nothing I can't handle. I know I learn very quickly. I know I adjust very quickly. So I was able to be like, okay, no, I'll take on the role. So I started this year in February, so 2021 in February, 1st of February is when I started this new role, and it has been very challenging. I don't want to lie, I have cried. I have cried. Listen, if work hasn't made you cry, is it even worth it? No, I'm kidding. It really shouldn't make us cry, but sometimes it just gets a bit tense. It gets a bit difficult. It gets a bit challenging. I have cried. In the beginning, I suffered like yo, more hectic, hey. I suffered from imposter syndrome. I just really felt like I'm not the girl for the job. I'm just not the girl for the job. But I had to really dig deep. That means like reading, studying, calling people, help me, learning. Hey, you need to go in, you need to research, you need to ask questions, you need to, you know, I think the main thing I suffered from is like I didn't want to ask a question and then it come across dumb. So I found myself kind of like curling up in a little corner instead of being outspoken and overt. Like, I'm that kind of person who's like out there, and I wasn't being like that. It was very weird. Like, I would just curl up in a little corner like, I'm so scared. But once I got over that, I just started learning very quickly, and in the beginning it was quite challenging because it was just me in the office as well. So imagine I lived alone and I worked alone. It was very challenging. I spent way too much time by myself. Reinsurance is hard, to be honest. If anybody out there is looking to kind of break into the insurance industry, reinsurance is the most difficult thing I've ever encountered. Since I started working, I'm almost 7 years into the industry, and every single day I come across something that I'm like, what is that? It's really challenging, but I guess that's the fun part, because you stay excited. I guess you stay alert, you stay on your game, you want to read all the time, you want to boss up. And I was able to actually interview someone that I knew I could work with, so that was really cool. So I was checking for a lot of things, you guys, but I guess that's a story for another day. Like, I was checking for a lot of things. Yes, qualifications, how quickly does this person adapt? Obviously, did they do that research about the role like beforehand? But another thing I was checking for was energy. Like, do I have good energy with this person? Do we have good banter? Do we have, like, it wasn't just like, you know, super strict. Like, I wanted to make sure, okay, no, now that this person can actually have, you know, good working relationships, so we make the work environment really healthy and really nice, because that's another thing that was really important to me. Having worked in a toxic environment, I wanted to make sure that I don't ever put anyone else in that that kind of position, right? So yeah, it was really awesome getting someone who could help me. And then from then on, since some of the duties that I was doing with and handed over to her, I started then assuming more responsibilities within the firm. So it's crazy. Like, just as soon as I was like, okay, no, I'm starting to get the hang of it, it was like, no, actually it can get harder. It can get harder. As of right now, my corporate journey, that's where I am. Since we last spoke, I've switched roles twice. I try my best not to stay too comfortable, because I have goals. Okay, I have financial goals, and I cannot achieve those if I'm stuck in one position that's not paying me. You feel me? I have also, like, something I'm working towards. Eventually, what I've picked up is, like, I don't want to work for anyone, to be honest. That's what I've picked up. Like, I love where I am right now. I'm happy where I am right now, but over time, I don't see myself doing this long term. I want to get to a point where I can manage my own time. So I'm just trying my best to just learn everything that I can and give the company what I promised them. You know, in the interview, you be selling yourself like, I can do this, I can do that, I can do it. I want to make sure that I'm holding up my end of the deal as well, and I want to see how I can elevate within the company as well. And then eventually, I'm talking years from now, obviously I would definitely want to be in charge of my own time. But I guess I'll be updating you with my corporate journey. I don't plan on ending it anytime soon. I think I'm going to stay in corporate for a little while. That's another thing that I learned within, going through the panorama mama. That one, the one we can't mention on video. What I learned about going through the past 2 years is that I actually do enjoy corporate. I enjoy my arty side as well, so I think I'm just gonna carry on trying to find a balance. I also enjoy being an entrepreneur, so I'm gonna just keep trying to find a way I can balance everything, and I'll just keep updating you guys. So yeah, I hope I did good by doing this update. I am currently a reinsurance broker / compliance officer / boss babe / boss babe. Guys, I'm so happy to be back in, like, my boss babe vibes. Like, I don't think you guys understand. I feel like that is where I thrive. I feel like I am a good leader. I feel like I am, I don't know, this is where I feel happiest. It's somewhat like head bitch in charge, not like that. No, I really just enjoy being a leader. I like showing people you can go from here and reach here. I like being exemplary. I like all that. So I think that's the main reason why I'm super excited about being back here. Also, it really was not nice being here and then going down and then trying to crawl my way back up. It was a very painful journey, so I like it here. I like it here. Anyway, that's all for now. If you guys have any questions, any career questions, I actually have a friend who has a really dope mentorship program, so whatever I can't answer, I can direct you guys to her. She has really dope content also on her page. It's called Corporate Millennial, you guys. It's really awesome. So if you guys have any career related questions, like I know people ask me a lot, like how do you find jobs, so how do you just go from this job to that job, how do you do that? Like if you guys have questions like that, just let me know. Anything really, anything to do with like career or art or whatever, let me know. Another question I get is like how do you make money in the dance world, things like that. Guys, ask. Okay, that's how you learn. Ask, we will answer you, we will help you. Okay, anyway, thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.